Alright, shalom. All praises be unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Double honor unto the elder apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone, who are well. He taught us his truth. Salutes unto the sincere Akim out there, pushing the word in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham. Alright. To all the, brothers and sisters, Barak, Kal, Akim, Wa Akwath. Now, this is a real quick hit here. As you can see in the title, they'll hate that you were right. Don't be a nice guy now that we're at the end. Okay, and this is quick, but it's pretty much dealing with basically moving with wisdom. The scripture's speaking about that, applying wisdom, with all that get understanding and, how to move and things of that nature. Because the truth is, right, we're at the end. All right. World news is proving that the prophecies are popping off, man. Right. That's in Second Ezra's the 9th chapter. Okay. Second Ezra's 9:1 measured out the time diligently within itself, and when you see part of the signs come to pass, then thou shalt understand that the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay, that's where we're at. Straight up, that's exactly where we're at. Okay, prophecy is unfolding and the visitation of the highest is beginning, right? Earthquakes, sedition among men, that's in Second Ezra 15. You got Second Ezra 16, speak in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, 15:9. It's all there. Second Ezra 6, right? Second Ezra 13, like, that's just a heavy book. And there's all the other prophecies, the forwarding of the chip, the mark of the beast, all right, the final major prophecy, before World War III. But pretty much, people are gonna hate that you were right. Give me one moment, I'm coming back. Got a call. Salaki about that. But pretty much that's what it is, man. People are gonna hate that you were right, man. So it's important that we apply what Yahweh Shai said to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Now this is Jeremiah, Jeremiah chapter 28:8, and it says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So you had the prophets of old, they didn't exactly understand all what was going on or what was being revealed. It was more so just the visions being given and scribed down in the writings, okay? But the Lord has put the prophets back on the earth via the process of reincarnation. And this time it's not to scribe it down and write, but it's to break down, and through our teachers and our teachers' teachers, the pure chain on down, via the Holy Spirit, we have the understanding. So we can clearly see what the prophets of old spoke about, okay? But it says both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And people don't like that. The reason people don't like you is because they don't like the message. But then the message is coming in what? In the spirit of Yahweh Shai. So really, they hate Yahushai. Okay, these people hate Yahushai, man. You know, and this truth isn't catered towards feelings. It's not palatable, to the everyday person, man. Okay, it's not a palatable um it's not a palatable message at all. It's not feeling friendly and things of that nature. Okay, so people, they start looking at you sideways and feel funny about you and cut you off. You got family members that don't want to speak to you. you know um your woman, may have alternate views to you, and things of that nature. And people kind of look at you in a particular way because it's like, he's just into that negativity. Well, it's just reality. Okay, as it says here, um against great kingdoms of war and of evil. You talked, we was talking, I can't remember who I was talking to, man, one of the brothers. Um, but we was kind of laughing about it. Jake always wanna, they'll wait till someone's birthday dinner or a Christmas dinner or New Year's. I don't know if people still get together for New Year's, but they wait till like Christmas, yeah, and the whole family gets together, and it's just dinner table conversation. Yeah, the community needs to get together. People need to this, people need to that. We need to come together, and we need to this, and we need to that. And it's just all talk. Nobody actually follows up after Christmas Day, trying to get together and make things happen. It's just bullshit pastime dinner table conversation, and nobody really is about any of it. That's just bullshit, number one. But then the point is, it's always some get together and build, and we need to elevate and rise. Now, don't worry, we're for that too, but through the correct channels and through the correct methodology, through the correct process, which is the way of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rechakodash. Okay, but here you come talking about destruction. And this for all of the good things to happen, bad things got to happen. That's not palatable. Here it comes, you talking about World War III, and there's people are switching off. Nah, I just can't have that. Well, yes, no, blowing out the air, out the lips. Oh, I'm not too sure about that. Scratching the head. Now they start looking at you. Oh, he's into that thing, you know. And they start giving it names. Yeah, because they can't get with it. But now you had people that were scoffing 10 years ago, all right? And, Spirit kind of got me on. It could be family members, people people that actually directly came up against us on the boards, people that were scoffing. They're now on this, you have a point, you got a point, you got a point. Yeah, because they're seeing it come to pass. But this is to us brothers, man. Just because people can kind of start seeing it now, don't think they have your best interest at heart. Okay, I may rename the video, or that's a secondary title to this video. Just because the people you may have shared a thing or two, or they know what you're into, just because they see certain things coming to pass, it does not mean they have your best interest at heart. There are many people that hate on brothers, right, because you were right in your personal life, and all of us together as the company of prophets, Abaratazar. People are going to hate on us because we were right. Oh, he was speaking about that digital thing, the MOTB, and God, I didn't see it, but now I see it. Not everybody's going to get on board because they're just simply not of the elect. But people will acknowledge. But just because they acknowledge you're right, the people ain't gonna always like that. That's when you're gonna have people selling brothers out and things of that nature. Okay, this is Isaiah 30:10, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Again, That's what the people want. They want to hear palatable shit. That's why people like pastors in church, because they get lied to all the time. Oh, God's gonna bless you. God's gonna dish you. You know, you're gonna get more money in your bank account, and every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day. It's all. Church is a you know it's a trap house for people looking for a dopamine fix. I put it like that. Okay. That's all it is, man. You just go in there to get a dopamine fix, to some feel good hype, you know, music, some emotional screaming from some pastor telling you nice things, and it's just a dopamine fix till next week Sunday. But the real prophet's going to tell you what's really up. And most times the prophets came around, people weren't feeling that, man. You know why? Because it wasn't good. Comest thou peaceably. Okay? But again, you know, as history plays out, people gonna realize, oh shit, these guys were right. Okay? This is John 15 and 18. If the world hate you, know that it hated me before it hated you. I kind of spoke about that already. It's the spirit of Yahweh Shai. You know, yeah, they hate us, but what's the cause? What's the root? The root is Yahweh Shai. So you know what? We wear that as a badge of honor, man. That don't mean go outside and be a arsehole and unlikable character. You know, if at all possible, live peaceably with all men. But the point is, we are hated, and it's gonna intensify. But the hate root cause isn't for us. The hate root cause is for Yahweh Shai. So we wear it as a badge of honor. Hate us then, because we're being hated for the sake, the namesake of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Matthew 7 and 6. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under feet and turn again and rend you. Quick fire hit scriptures, man. So, in the knowledge of this scripture, it's not everybody you can say everything to. Sometimes you got, as the saying goes, you got to play dumb to catch wise. You know, you don't have to tell everybody everything. Some people, you just nod your head, oh yeah, okay, cool. 1 second. So lucky about that, man. You know, just Satan interruptions, man. But that's the point, man. Okay, that's the point, right? You know, the video's raw. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. You know, but that's the point. Okay. So you can't tell everyone everything, because, hey, man, you know, that's what it is. You know, that's what it is, man. Play dumb to catch wise. Matthew 10:16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. Okay, so we got to be wise as serpents, man. You know, can't say everything to everyone, because we're in the time now where people will actually hunt you down and sell you out just because you were right. You know, it's because it's you. It's because it's coming from you. If Esau said it, they'll believe it. But that's the destructive nature of Jake. You know, just because another person like them got the truth in terms of like nationality or look, they'll hate on that. You know, just because it's you, some people won't accept it, but that's a stumbling block. Oh well, it is what it is. You know, So that's pretty much the point. I'm not gonna labor it anymore. That's it, you know. But yeah, they'll hate you because you were right, man. You know, just because you were right, people gonna have that grudge. So just because a person accepts, no, yeah, I see what you're saying now, and you don't have to take them in, man. Even if people are so-called on board, you can keep them at arm's length, because there's a lot of people that will hate on brothers just because we're right, man. Okay, so I'm gonna close it there. I'll catch you in the next show, man. Shalom.